I'm here because I f***ed my whole life up.
You need to calm down.
He's giving you dynamite advice.
I am scared to do anything because I feel like I'm not good enough.
Overcoming fears, breaking down defenses, and getting honest is critical in moving forward with recovery.
You do know.
No, I don't know.
You do know.
No, I don't.
Each person comes to the truth in his or her own time.
And you know what? Sometimes sobriety to me is boring as all hell, and that's scary stuff.
John has spent many years behind a very neatly constructed facade.
He is a professional guy, the absolute yuppie. You know, he's just right out there and has been very protective of his image.
Gotta eat. I've put on 7 pounds since I've been down here.
The difference between the gambler and the drug addict is that gambling is far more dangerous. I know that sounds crazy, but the reality is we have more suicides from gambling than we do from any other addiction going down. By the time the gambler is ready to seek help, he's in real deep, real far, and has no way out.
If I don't change, and I don't get better, or at least get into some kind of stop gambling and stop living my life the way that I've been living, that I'm dead.
John is just starting to come clean about what lies behind his wall.
Well, we're the biggest artists in the world, the broken promise after broken promise.
Why do you think that is? Not wanting to change?
I didn't wake up one day and say, I'm going to ruin every life that comes in contact with me. I'm going to make your life miserable. But it happens. And I'll make every plan. The reality is I don't know how to change. Part of me still says you're showing weakness.
There you go.
And part of me says you can trust and relax and put the facade down.
What does a weak image to you appear to be?
Like a failure.
And how does a failure look?
Homeless. Financial wreckage. Emotional wreckage.
Because you don't look like a failure. I mean, like, if I were to take you out of here and put you in the middle of, you know, Manhattan right now, I don't think there's one person that would have a clue that you're homeless. But what's the real deal?
I'm living in a YMCA.
So you would be considered
homeless. And it's mind-boggling. I guess that's, I just can't believe how it came to
Is that hard for you to say?
Yeah, unbelievably.
What happens if, like, every time you were to introduce yourself to somebody in here, or a counselor, or just to have a conversation with somebody, you know, you'd have to say, hi, my name's John, I'm homeless.
It would be degrading. To me, it would be degrading.
Hey, Steph, how you doing? My name's John, I'm homeless. Hey, Jody, I'm John, I'm homeless. Because you're the guy that lives in the YMCA that's homeless, that doesn't even know where you are. Like, you're still living in a mansion, and, you know, in the Hamptons or something.
Absolutely.
You're out at 7 o'clock in the morning, and in your mind, you're really, like, leaving your house. Like, you detach yourself totally from reality. That's got to be a lot of effort.
It's overwhelming. It's unbelievable stress. Overwhelming. You know, the lie upon lie upon lie and the charade upon charade upon charade. It just becomes overwhelming, and the only escape is to use or to get outside of yourself some way, and usually for us, it's unhealthy.
But what's interesting is, in this group right now, John was honest. Did that make y'all want to run away?
No.
Made me want to get closer to him.
Yeah, I'm like really proud of him. It's like the first true thing I found out about John since he's been here. I think, you know, it took a lot of courage for John to do that. It's a hard thing to say. It's a hard thing to deal with. It's a hard thing to think, never mind say out loud. I'm homeless. I mean, it's a hard thing to say.
I mean, I am slowly learning the last, you know, almost 2 weeks of us being here that just being myself is okay, as long as I stop making those same mistakes and work forward from there. But it's a lot easier said than done.
This is a very important lesson, though, for the whole group, because everyone in here knows what he's talking about.
And in some ways, we're alike. We see something in each other that we don't like about ourselves. The facade that he puts up, that everything's okay, everything's wonderful, the dressing nice, the beautiful jewelry, the beautiful clothes, the beautiful cars, but not having a dime in my pocket. I mean, that's, you know, I'm right there with him.
I think of myself as a brick wall. Maureen, to me, is like a garrison or a fort. She's really put up this big defense. I do worry about her.
Maureen has spent the past 20 years raising 3 daughters and using drugs. Her cracked path to rehab is littered with lies and broken promises.
I am scared to do anything because I feel like I'm not good enough, and I'll never measure up. I mean, I am really afraid to go get a job because I'm not going to be able to do a good job. I'm afraid I'm not good enough for this group. I'm just so scared shitless about everything right now that I can't stand it. I don't know what to do.
If you're sober, there's certain expectations.
Right.
You're expected to provide for yourself and your girls. You're expected to be there for your girls. You're expected to be a grown-up. And it's real easy when you can hide behind, I'm a crackhead, so I don't have to do this. If I wasn't a crackhead, I would do all these things. It becomes an easy excuse. It becomes an easy way for you not to have to grow the up and take some responsibility.
How do we just, I mean, what, we just stop drinking, stop doing drugs, and all of a sudden everything's wonderful?
Well, that's a start. Because the thing is, you can't do until you do that. These bad feelings are driving you. It's this guilt, this shame that you can't get in touch with because you won't allow it. Because every time it starts coming up, you pitch a fit or you go and get high. So you have to start looking at the truth, and that's the point in these groups. I admire you for being honest. It's difficult to do. It's very difficult to do. Everyone in here starts telling the truth, and they start squirming around in their chairs because they've never done it before. You're not used to it. You got to start doing it. Because once you can start seeing the truth, you can start seeing what the problem is, and then you can begin to put a solution into
Jody,
it.
half the time I don't even know what the truth is.
That's why we have to be in rooms like this, having people help you see it. And you're doing it, Maureen.
And that's the truth. That's something you wouldn't have said 2 weeks ago.
No, I wouldn't have.
And what did you just say?
I don't even know what the truth is. You know, I sit here and say how scared I am. I'm scared shitless of what I'm going through right now. But I'm scared of living a normal life because it's something I've never done before. I'm not afraid to go into Cracktown where I could get robbed, raped, killed, shot. You know, I'm not afraid of that.
Maureen right now is in a position where she's going to start realizing what she did to her family. Not saying she doesn't know, but she's going to really start emotionally realizing what she did to her family. So she's as honest as she can be for this point in time. But as far as, you know, where she is in treatment, and she's basically nowhere. You know, the lady's been using drugs for 20-some-odd years. She's not, you know, anywhere near 1 week of recovery. She has no clue what she's in for.
Maureen is still unable to take responsibility for the damage in her wake. Until she faces the many lies and deceptions, her recovery is in jeopardy. Bill, the new member of the group, is detoxed from heroin. CARE will be his 6th attempt at rehab in 4 years. He's apprehensive about staying and participating.
Cause trouble or be a good boy. I'll get like, what, 2 weeks at it? 2 or 3 weeks here. That's plenty. I just need a refresher course.
Hi, I'm Paul. You are?
Bill.
Bill.
Bill's so-called refresher course at CARE begins with a medical intake. While heroin no longer courses through his system, the emotional and physical residue, depression, severe body pains, and insomnia linger on.
I mean, I don't regret anything I've done, but I still wish I didn't do something. Yeah.
Does that hurt?
Yeah, bad.
Come over here. Everything.
I'm sure I'll get something good out of here, but I just don't want to be here, really. I hate Florida. It's hot. To tell you the truth, I'm ready to get out of here myself. So hopefully, you know, I'll hear something that I haven't heard before. And that'll help, or if not, I'll go home and have a needle in my arm. It's just the way it works.
Next, on 28 Days in Rehab, the group is tested.
It makes me want to get out and go cop.